Hello world, welcome to my little corner of the internet where I'm juggling work, making a few money moves, and chasing my goals while still trying to have a life in between it all. If you're new here, my name is Staj, just a woman in her 30s figuring it out, one routine, one hobby, and one small win at a time. Around here, we talk productivity, self-care, a little trading, growing, glowing, and just keeping things real. So grab your coffee, grab your matcha, and let's spend the day together. Good morning. It is 6:41. I'm getting ready for work. I'm actually already ready. I'm just getting my coffee, gonna make my breakfast, and start to head out. I'm tired, if you can't tell from my voice. And this is the first day back to work after our little Thanksgiving break. So, worked from home on Wednesday, had Thursday, Friday off, and obviously the weekend. So, yeah, just getting back into the groove of things, but it is what it is. Actually, I wanted to show you. I'm in a trade right now. If you guys don't know, I trade futures, but I'm still like in my prop firm phase, so still trying to get profitable in my prop firm right now. Right now, I am up $245 on copper, so I actually took this trade last night and held it overnight. So up right now, 245. I just really want a good profit. I feel like I haven't had a really nice, juicy profit in a while. Like the market's been just weird. So uh, I'm just gonna hold this and see how it goes. Obviously, monitor it, have my alerts on just in case it kind of retraces on me, and we will see how it goes. Sea moss gel, I take this every morning, just 2 tablespoons. I think this flavor is passion fruit. I had mango before. I like the mango better, but this isn't bad either. Hey y'all, this is my breakfast. Yes, I use paper plates. Don't judge because who has time for dishes, okay? But I have this pretty much every day. It's just avocado toast, and I like to dress it up in different ways. Today, I just have vegan blue cheese on it, some nutritional yeast, and some cumin, black pepper, and salt. So that's it, that's all. So I have espresso in here. I have sugar-free brown sugar syrup in here, some gingerbread dairy-free creamer that I got from Trader Joe's, and then some almond milk. It's really good. This is the first day of the month of the year. So December 1st, 2025, going into 2026 next year. And I'm feeling very reflective these past couple days, just thinking about, all right, what did I accomplish? How did this year go? What else do I need to do in the next 31 days? And just really thinking about the trajectory I'm on and just the goals that I have. I think this year was, obviously we still have a month left, but I think this year was in general a pretty good year. A couple years ago was very hard for me, and so just seeing that things have been getting progressively better for myself, I'm happy to see that. But again, for me, I feel like I have such a long way to go in terms of where I want to be. I'm proud of my progress, but yeah, I feel like we have goals to achieve, okay? We have things that we need to get done. So that's how I'm pretty much feeling lately. Just thinking about what I need to do and my goals. I'm staying grateful for everything that I have and the space that I'm in, but also just being very self-aware in terms of where I want to be. And I think that's normal. We always want to achieve more. We always want to do better. But for me, I like to set the bar higher because that's just who I am naturally. I like to see things come into fruition and say, okay, what's next? Because ultimately, that's how we become better, right? That's how we grow. We accomplish one thing and then we do something else to level up. So that's just the mindset that I have lately, and these past couple days, just doing some reflection. And yeah, I may do a video on some of my goals. I don't know if I want to do it on personal goals or just business goals. I do want to be a source of inspiration for others as well, especially people who are owners of small businesses like myself. If you didn't know, I am the co-owner of the Edge 11 eyewear brand, and I want to see, I see the potential for that, and I want to see it grow to levels beyond what I can even imagine. So that's just my thought process right now. Like I said, we're on our way to work, obviously in some traffic right now, which is normal. Typically, I'm in traffic for it depends on the day, but it'll typically be from 40 minutes, sometimes up to an hour if it's really bad. But I would say on average, 45 to 50 minutes is how long it takes for me to get to work. Also, just an update on my trade that I was in. I told you guys I took a trade in copper. I actually took a trade to the downside. Right now it's 7:41 a.m. So we are technically still pre-market in terms of the stock market. And we had a pretty big pullback right now. The copper chart is so spotty on the lower time frames. That's the only thing I don't like. There's a ton of gaps for copper, but when it moves, especially if you're on the right side of it. But right now we're pulling back, so I'm back to break even right now. I did bring my stop down a little bit because like I said, I held this overnight and we had made progress to the downside a ton. So I don't want to keep my stop loss at my original stop loss. I want to bring my stop loss down. So that's what I did. We will see if I get stopped out or not. But like I said, pretty much at break even. If I do get stopped out, I'll lose 155 on this. But We're also at a pretty big rejection point too, 5.32 on copper. I don't know if you guys can see. So yeah, I was kind of just thinking to myself, something that I do is, I don't know if you guys are into journaling, but I like to do audio journaling. So instead of just writing down in an actual notebook, I will audio journal in my phone on like my voice memos app, and I have a code to get in, so like no one can just randomly go into the app and listen. And I just talk about how I'm feeling, my thoughts, my emotions, my goals, and just literally anything that's on my mind. I was just talking and reflecting on the past year, like I just mentioned, how I've been very reflective, and also just thinking about the year ahead in terms of what I need to do. I've been doing this trading thing for a while, and I feel like I'm at the point where something's got to give, you know? I feel there's been a lot of ups and downs with this journey, and that's to be expected. And I know everyone's journey is different, but baby, I'm ready for my time. Like, I am ready for my time. And there's so much that goes into it, whether it be finding your strategy that's meant for you, whether it be knowing how to control your emotions, being able to accept losses. That's been the biggest one. Being able to manage your risk. Like, there's so much that goes into trading. And so when I see so many people, or not so many, but when I see other people who can just, they may have been doing it for a year or not even, and they've already seen success, I'm like, when is my time coming? And I'm not trying to compare myself to others, but I started this journey around like 2020, 2021, and I feel like I've been stagnant, up and down. I started off with Forex. I could do a whole video on just the journey of my trading, even though I'm not where I want to be. And that's kind of why I haven't really been doing content on trading, because I feel like, who am I to post stuff on trading if I'm not where I want to be, you know? So I could start documenting my journey a little bit more. Just doesn't have to be too formal or too crazy, just to document it. But yeah, it's something's got to give. And right now I'm using prop firm money. I'm not using my actual money because yeah, I don't really want to use my actual money right now. I do want to get to a point where I am swing trading, but that's, you know, a longer term goal. But I have a plan for myself. I will say I have a plan for myself. I just need that plan to pan out. So that's just kind of been my thought process, but thought I would give you guys an update on my trade. We did come down a little bit, I just looked, so. But one thing I really love about futures is that I could take a trade or place a trade, you know, at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and then hold that overnight, and sometimes it'll stop me out, and sometimes it'll make me bank. So can do that with options, but I feel like options are a little bit more complicated when it comes to like your strike price, your Greeks. That's what I hated the most about options, are the Greeks. Like, you could literally be up one day, and then the next day, let's say price is still at the same price where it was the day before, but your profit is still down. And I used to hate that, because it's like, I know what I'm doing. I'm charting my stuff pretty well. Like, I'm technically in profit if I were to look at the chart, but because of how it works with the contracts and the Greeks and time decay, you get screwed over unless you're picking an expiration date that is way further out, like a leap or a few months out. But even then, it just, I don't know, I feel like I was getting gypped out of my profit, and so I felt like options wasn't for me. And I started off with Forex, Then I moved to options, and now I'm in futures, and I feel like futures feels the most comfortable and feels right for me. But now I need to get to a point where I'm seeing consistent profit. So I feel like this year has been a pretty like break even year. Sometimes I'll be up, sometimes I'll be down. I want to get to a point where I'm making bank every month, or not even every month, because I know there's going to be red months, but I want to get to a point where it's like I look back on a year and say, okay, I made $100,000, or I made $90,000, or I'm just not there yet. So yet, big emphasis on the yet, but that is definitely my goal, is just to get to that point where it's more than just a hobby. And I don't look at it as a hobby, but obviously if it's not making you money, it's not a job. So yeah, I'm just trying to change my mindset on that. And it's actually funny because I had just reposted something on my Instagram story about the power of the tongue. And so I just want to be very conscious of what I say and how I say it and how I speak on myself, because all of that stuff means something, you know? Whatever you believe is what is, you know? So if you think that you're not good at X, Y, and Z, then you're not good at X, Y, and Z, because that's what you think, that's what you believe. And so I just go through these periods of, sometimes I get really down on myself because I know where I want to be, but it hasn't been the easiest road to get there. But at the same time, I want to give myself grace and know that I'm trying and showing up for myself. So it's just a balance of both. But I think it's just natural, because for me, I always want more for myself. And so when I see progress or I accomplish something, I'm like, great, I did that. I worked hard and I accomplished it, but what's next? I think that's natural. We're always raising the bar for ourselves, but you know, my bar is pretty high. I'm not gonna lie, my bar is pretty high. So yeah, that's just my thought process, and I'll keep you guys posted on how this copper trade plays out by the end of the day. Alright, y'all, we are in the car. It is a lunch break. I sometimes like to go to my car and just hang out in the garage because, yeah, I just be needing something to do. But just a little update on that copper trade. I did get stopped out, so there's that. But currently in another trade with NQ to the upside. So far, I'm in profit. It did pull back just a little bit, but we're moving up. So I'm in profit with that. We'll see how that goes, and I'll update you guys on that. On the copper trade, I lost like 155. So honestly, that's not too bad of a loss. So we'll see how this MQ trade goes. But yeah, like I said, sometimes I like to come to the car and on my lunch break and just chill, because I'm not trying to be at my desk. And sometimes I just want to lay back, lounge. I'll also like read a book or something. So right now I'm reading this book called Creating Money, and I literally just started it. So it's basically just about how we frame our mindset and our thoughts around manifesting money and abundance, and our consciousness, our subconsciousness, how we frame that, and all of that good stuff. So I'm still early on in the book, but right now I'm just chilling, watching the charts and all of that. And I had my lunch already. I had a salad that I made, and yeah, I've never really vlogged my day before, so I want to start doing this a little bit more. Just, you know, little days in the life. And yeah, I gotta get used to it. I'm not really used to it. So, okay, as you can see, NQ is coming up. I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna bring my stop up here a little bit. If you can see, like right up here. And I like it though. It's pushing up. I love this. So I'll keep you guys posted on what this looks like at the end of the day. Hey y'all, I am back home. I've actually been home for a while. It's 6:08 right now. I've just been home chilling. I had a couple snacks, watched my Housewives, Real Housewives of Potomac. If you watch Real Housewives of Potomac, please let me know in the comments. This season has been so funny, but I also don't like how they're ganging up on Stacey. Like, leave Stacey alone. Like, what does she do to you guys? But anyway, yeah, I've just been on the couch. I was on the computer a little bit, just relaxing. This is kind of like what I do after work, just decompress, especially the days when I go into the office. I'm just like, and I didn't get that much sleep last night either. I went to bed at like 12 and then I woke up at like 5:50 is when my first alarm goes off, so I didn't really get a lot of sleep. I do need to work out, debating if I should go to the gym or if I should just work out at home. I probably should go to the gym because I'm still just trying to work off this Thanksgiving food, to be honest. That's the thing about the holidays. It's like one thing after another. You have the holidays, you have parties. I had Friendsgiving, I had Thanksgiving, I have my company holiday party this week. So it's just a whole lot of. I also have to do some laundry. I have a ton of laundry to do. I just feel like as an adult, laundry is just never ending. Like it's always laundry or dishes. One of the two. It's just never ending as an adult. But what can you do? It is what it is. So yeah. Oh yeah. I meant to update you guys on my trade on NQ. So I did end up moving my stop loss up into profit, and then price had retraced and then I got stopped out. So I basically got stopped out for like $150. So basically a break even day because I had the copper trade earlier this morning and then I traded NQ. And I just basically have an instant funded account because I was doing Top Step where you had to pass a challenge. From there, you're funded but you're not live, or I forget the steps, but basically once you pass a challenge is when you're eligible to, you have to trade a little bit more to meet a certain criteria, and then you can trade to get a payout, and then you can move on to live accounts. And so I honestly just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere with the whole pass the challenge thing, so I said, you know what, I'd rather just pay a little bit more for the instant funded. And honestly, it's, if you find yourself constantly failing the challenges or having to reset your account, because those resets, they kind of add up. Basically, if you're doing well and the maximum loss limit is like going up as you're doing well and as you're getting profit, you kind of have less of a buffer to mess up. So you then have to reset your account or you have to buy a new account if you fail, and this, that, and the fourth. And I felt that was kind of adding up as compared to just paying for an instant funded account. I've only failed, or not failed, I guess blew one instant funded account, and I still have one right now, but I'm debating if I should buy another. But it's just something that I'm thinking about. I don't know if anyone is interested in me talking a little bit more about my trading journey, what I do, my strategy, all of that stuff. If so, I can start doing more videos on that. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk on it a little bit right now. So yeah, I need to, like I said, I need to do some laundry. I feel like this video I've kind of been a little bit low energy, but it's Monday. I didn't get much sleep, back to work after a while. So, but nonetheless, we're good. I do need to work out, like I said, and if I do, I'll bring you guys with me.